In the annals of history, some truths are so deeply ingrained, so long accepted, that their very foundations seem immutable. But what happens when the shifting sands of time reveal a secret so profound, so utterly unexpected, that it shatters everything we thought we knew? For centuries, the Moche civilization, a formidable power that flourished across the arid coastal deserts of northern Peru from 100 to 800 AD, was understood through a seemingly unshakable lens. Archaeologists and historians, poring over the intricate remnants of their sophisticated culture, painted a vivid picture of a society dominated by formidable warrior priests. This was a world of stark, patriarchal authority, where power flowed unequivocally through male hands. Their iconic pottery, a rich tapestry of daily life and sacred belief, meticulously documented this perceived reality. It depicted scenes of fierce battles, elaborate rituals, and a pantheon of male deities, each image reinforcing a male-centric power structure that appeared to dictate every single facet of Moche existence. From their ingenious, advanced irrigation systems that transformed barren landscapes into fertile agricultural lands, to their monumental ceremonial centers that soared towards the heavens, the Moche seemed to embody a quintessential male-led civilization. Within this established framework, the very notion of a female ruler, one wielding significant temporal and spiritual authority, was not merely unconventional, it was, until recently, almost unthinkable within archaeological circles. The prevailing narrative allowed no room for such an anomaly, cementing the Moche's legacy as a testament to male dominance in ancient South America. Yet, history, as Echoes of Time often reveals, holds its most profound secrets beneath layers of dust and dogma, waiting for the precise moment to be unearthed. And for the Moche, that moment arrived with breathtaking clarity in the year 2004. The stage for this monumental unveiling was Huaca, Viejo, an integral part of the sprawling El Brujo archaeological complex, nestled within those very coastal deserts that once cradled the Moche Empire. It was here, against the backdrop of ancient pyramids and forgotten temples, that archaeologists made a discovery that would reverberate across the globe, forcing a radical re-evaluation of one of ancient South America's most enigmatic civilizations. What they uncovered was not merely another tomb, but an undisturbed royal burial, a pristine capsule of time untouched for over 1,000 years. Within lay the elaborately tattooed mummy of a young woman, a figure who would soon be known to the world as the Lady of Cow. Her preservation was astonishing, her delicate features and intricate body art speaking volumes across the chasm of centuries. But it was not just her presence that defied expectation. It was the sheer magnificence of her interment, the objects that accompanied her on her final journey that truly spoke of her forbidden power. This was no ordinary burial, even for an individual of high status. The Lady of Cow lay surrounded by an array of artifacts that unequivocally proclaimed her immense authority. Weapons of war lay beside her, not merely decorative, but symbolic of a leader capable of commanding armies. Elaborate gold and copper regalia, crafted with breathtaking skill and artistry, adorned her form, signifying immense wealth and prestige. But perhaps most compelling were the symbols of undeniable power: ceremonial scepters, objects typically associated with kingship and divine decree, and a resplendent royal headdress, the ultimate emblem of sovereign rule. These were not the possessions of a mere consort or a respected elder. They were the trappings of a paramount ruler, a person who had not only commanded respect, but had demonstrably led armies and performed sacred rituals, functions previously attributed exclusively to male warrior priests. The very earth that had held her in its silent embrace for so long now screamed a defiant challenge to centuries of archaeological convention. Was she a divine ruler, a fearsome warrior, or perhaps an astonishing fusion of both? The question hung heavy in the Peruvian air, an echo of a forgotten age demanding an answer. The unearthing of the Lady of Kao ignited a fervent and often passionate debate among historians and archaeologists worldwide. The implications were too vast, too profound, to be easily assimilated into existing narratives. The discovery didn't just add a new name to the Moche story. It threatened to rewrite the entire script, forcing scholars to confront the inherent biases that may have shaped their understanding of the past. One prominent perspective, born from the undeniable evidence of her royal burial, proposes that the Lady of Kao was indeed a paramount ruler, a sovereign leader in every sense of the word. This interpretation directly challenges the previous, deeply entrenched narratives of a strictly patriarchal Moche society. If she commanded armies, wielded ceremonial scepters, and wore a royal headdress, then she must have held ultimate temporal power. This view suggests a far more complex, perhaps even fluid, understanding of Moche governance, opening the door to the possibility of matriarchal or at least gender-inclusive power structures within certain regions or during specific periods of the Moche civilization's long history. It posits that the Moche world was not uniformly male-dominated, but that powerful women could rise to the highest echelons of both political and military leadership, defying the very unthinkable premise that once guided archaeological thought. Her existence, therefore, becomes a powerful symbol of female agency and authority in ancient South America, shattering the illusion of a monolithic male-centric past. However, the archaeological community is rarely monolithic in its interpretations, and a second, equally compelling perspective emerged from the crucible of this debate. Some scholars contend that while the Lady of Kao was undoubtedly a figure of immense importance, her role might have been primarily ceremonial. They propose she was a powerful priestess, perhaps even a divine oracle or a living embodiment of a sacred deity, but still, critically, subordinate to male political authority. In this view, her forbidden power stemmed primarily from spiritual rather than temporal dominion. She may have performed sacred rituals vital for the Moche's agricultural prosperity, social cohesion, and spiritual well-being, holding sway over the beliefs and souls of her people. The weapons and regalia in this interpretation might signify her divine connection to warfare and protection rather than direct command of troops. Her authority would have been profound, revered, and absolutely essential to the fabric of Moche society, yet it would operate within a broader political landscape still ultimately governed by male warrior priests. This perspective acknowledges her unique status without entirely dismantling the long-held view of Moche patriarchy, instead offering a nuanced differentiation between spiritual and political power. A third, equally intriguing perspective attempts to bridge the gap between these two seemingly opposing views, positing that the Lady of Kao's significance lay in a unique and potent fusion of spiritual and military leadership. This hypothesis suggests that she occupied a hybrid role, one where her sacred duties as a priestess were inextricably linked to her capacity as a military leader. In tumultuous times, when the Moche faced external threats or internal strife, such a unified role would have been invaluable. Imagine a ruler whose divine connection could inspire unwavering loyalty and morale among her troops, while her strategic acumen on the battlefield ensured victory. Her spiritual authority would lend divine legitimacy to her military campaigns, and her military successes would in turn reinforce her sacred power. This dual mandate would have been essential for maintaining social cohesion and prosperity in a civilization that relied heavily on both religious observance and military strength. This interpretation paints her as a truly dynamic leader, one who transcended conventional gender roles by embodying the full spectrum of authority required to sustain a complex society. The unearthing of the Lady of Kao is far more than just the discovery of another ancient burial. It is a seismic event in the study of ancient cultures, a profound challenge to the very methodologies and assumptions that have guided historical inquiry for generations. Her legacy forces us to reconsider the fluidity of power and gender roles in ancient societies, urging us to look beyond simplistic, preconceived notions of how civilizations were structured. It compels us to question what other narratives, what other lives have been obscured by the dust of time and the biases of interpretation. For too long, history has often been written through a singular lens, overlooking the multifaceted roles and contributions of countless individuals, particularly women, whose stories have remained untold. The Lady of Kao stands as a powerful testament to the resilience of forgotten narratives. She reminds us that the past is not a static monolith, but a dynamic tapestry, ever unfolding, ever revealing new patterns and unexpected threads. Her silent, tattooed form, preserved for over a millennium in the arid Peruvian desert, has spoken volumes, transforming our understanding of the Moche and, indeed, of ancient societies across the globe. She embodies the profound truth that what we believe to be immutable facts can, with a single archaeological discovery, be revealed as merely chapters in a much larger, more complex, and endlessly fascinating story. Her life, her power, and the debates she continues to ignite are not just about a queen from a forgotten past. They are about how we approach history itself, how we interpret evidence, and how open we are to having our understanding of humanity's grand narrative expanded, enriched, and fundamentally altered. The secrets she held within her tomb have now become an echo across time, urging us to look deeper, to question more, and to listen carefully to the whispers of forgotten civilizations. Her discovery is a potent reminder that the history books, as comprehensive as they may seem, are never truly finished. They are living documents, perpetually being revised and expanded by the dedicated work of archaeologists and historians who painstakingly unearth the fragments of forgotten lives. The Lady of Kao, with her ceremonial scepters and royal headdress, her weapons, and her profound spiritual significance, represents a pivotal moment in this ongoing quest. She challenges us to look beyond the surface, to consider the nuances, and to embrace the rich, often surprising, complexities of human experience across the ages. She is a symbol of the profound discoveries still awaiting us, a beacon illuminating the vast, unexplored territories of the past. Her very existence asks us to confront our assumptions and to open our minds to the limitless possibilities of what truly transpired in the world's most ancient corners. As we journey through the ages with echoes of time, we are continually reminded that every discovery is an echo of humanity's great history, a fragment of a larger truth yearning to be understood. The Lady of Kao is one such powerful echo, a vibrant voice from a world we thought we knew. But if one woman's discovery can so profoundly reshape our understanding of an entire civilization, then how much more forgotten history, how many more astonishing secrets truly lie beneath the sands of time?